had the most amazing night. We've had thousands of people flowing through to see the projection on the Radcliffe Infirmary, but also all the other activities. But I have to say that the projection for me has been the absolute highlight. It has been such a wonderful experience working with the projection studio with Ross and Karen, and also such an education. So I had no idea the levels of research that went in. So we've worked together, we've supplied the research materials, but they've gone away and done further research on the images. But the amount of effort that Karen has put in to create an authentic Victorian soundscape has been quite mind-blowing for me. And I've thought it's been just a wonderful collaboration.
We find it very fulfilling to work with academics. We like it when our work is based in something factual and we're not just creating, amusing effects, but not with any particular reason in mind. So working with academics allows us to we learn a lot from this process. We've learnt about medieval history, we've learnt about the Vikings, we've learnt about Victorian diseases. I mean, who knew that there was so much to know? And then what we can do is we can take that literally out into the street and put it in front of a general public in a way that is exciting and in itself is a spectacle. But then what we hope will happen then is that they will be interested enough from what they've seen to then want to know more. And that's when obviously the academics can step in and explain what it is that they've been looking at.
As an artist, I find working with researchers to be a really enriching experience. It's possible, I think, as an artist to end up caught in your own world and working with your own ideas of themes. And it's interesting to hear other people's takes, experiences. And what I find really interesting about academic research is that it goes very deep. And it goes to a depth which I think projection and sound is really well placed to be able to explore and present in a way that the public can really engage and connect with what that material actually is.
One of the wonderful things about these kinds of events is the way in which you can get to speak to people from all walks of life, who sometimes just wandered off the street, others they've booked but know nothing about it. And having to explain your research to people who have really no idea what you might be doing is a wonderful education for you as well as for them. And to see their enthusiasm and also the ways in which they can connect what we're doing to their own lives is really, really fabulous for us and makes it all seem worthwhile.
Because it's on the street, it's in the places where people pass every single day and it's part of their normal environment. So it's a really good genre to be able to take art to people rather than expecting them to come into a gallery or expecting them to make a special trip into a building that maybe they wouldn't normally go into. Projects like this enable us to make works that are both in the public domain and also taking material into the public domain that they might not have access to in any other circumstances. So for me, it's the perfect genre with which to enable the public to engage with both art and research at the same time.
This evening has been a wonderful collaboration between Torch at Oxford, which is the Centre for Research in Humanities, and also the National Being Human Festival. So there have been events going on all over the country, and we have been part of that magnificent conversation on what it is to be human. Diseases of Modern Life is a project about the coming of modernity in the 19th century. We're looking at the impact of the new technologies, the coming of industrialisation, and what this did to the lives and the bodies of people living then. We find that so many of our preoccupations now, stress from overwork, too much information, environmental pollution, are all there in the 19th century. So what we're doing is really excavating the past of all these concerns and showing, I think, how the changes in the 19th century were so much more pronounced than what we're now living through in the global age.